Have you ever wondered about the state of our planet and the role we play in its well-being? As we sit here today, our planet is at a turning point. The air we breathe, the water we drink, the soil that nourishes our food are all under threat. Environmental degradation is no longer a future possibility, it is a present reality. Forests are shrinking, species are disappearing, and our oceans are choking with plastic. The ice caps are melting, causing sea levels to rise, and extreme weather events are becoming the norm, not the exception. But it's not just about the environment. It's about us, about our survival, and the survival of generations to come. Climate change, a direct result of our actions, is already affecting millions of lives around the globe. Droughts are leaving people without water and crops. Floods are washing away homes and livelihoods, and unusual heat waves are causing health crises. Yet, in the midst of all this, there's a surprising truth. Each one of us holds a part of the solution. The health of our planet is intrinsically linked to our actions. The choices we make, the products we buy, the energy we use, all have an impact. And that impact can be positive or negative. It's in our hands. Imagine if we all took a moment to consider the long-term impacts of our decisions, if we chose to reduce our carbon footprints, to support ethical businesses, to adopt eco-friendly practices. If we chose to act not just for ourselves, but for the future of our planet. This is the essence of sustainability consciousness. Sustainability consciousness is about understanding the interconnectedness of our actions with the health of the planet. It's about promoting social responsibility and making conscious choices that minimize harm to the environment and future generations. It's about realizing that our actions today will dictate the future of our planet. So let's take a moment to reflect on this. Let's take a moment to understand the state of our planet and the role we play in its well-being. Because, in the end, our actions today will dictate the future of our planet, and it's high time we become conscious about our impact. So, what does sustainability consciousness actually mean? The answer lies in the heart of our actions and decisions, our daily habits, and the choices we make. It's about being aware that everything we do has an impact on our surroundings and on the health of our planet. Sustainability consciousness is a threefold concept. It starts with adopting eco-friendly practices. This could mean anything from simple actions like recycling or composting, to larger-scale efforts like choosing renewable energy sources or driving electric cars. It's about being resourceful and mindful of our consumption and making choices that lessen our impact on the environment. The second aspect of sustainability consciousness is promoting social responsibility. It's about considering the wider implications of our actions on society. For instance, purchasing from companies who treat their workers fairly or choosing products made with sustainable materials. It's about acknowledging that our individual actions can contribute to a larger collective change. And thirdly, sustainability consciousness involves making conscious decisions that minimize environmental harm. This means thinking about the long-term effects of our actions. It's about asking ourselves, what will the impact of this decision be on the environment in 5, 10, or even 50 years from now? It's about recognizing that our choices today will shape the world of tomorrow. Sustainability consciousness is not just about making eco-friendly choices, but it's also about understanding why these choices matter. It's about recognizing the interconnectivity of our actions with the health of the planet and the well-being of future generations. It's about realizing that we are not separate from our environment, but an integral part of it. The essence of sustainability consciousness is to think and act in a way that ensures a healthy planet for future generations. It's about moving away from a mindset of taking and exploiting towards one of caring and conserving. It's about embracing a lifestyle that respects and values the delicate balance of our world. We each have a role to play in fostering sustainability consciousness. By making conscious, eco-friendly choices, we can contribute to building a more equitable, resilient, and environmentally sustainable world. The essence of sustainability consciousness is to think and act in a way that ensures a healthy planet for future generations. Let's delve into a real-life example to understand the impact of sustainability consciousness. Picture a small coastal town in the heart of Europe. Not so long ago, this community was just like any other, with residents going about their daily routines, blissfully unaware of their carbon footprints. But then, a transformation began. The town's leadership, realizing the dire need for change, introduced a campaign to promote sustainability consciousness. They started with education, teaching residents about the interconnectedness of their actions with the health of the planet. They explained how simple, conscious decisions could minimize harm to the environment and future generations. The community responded with enthusiasm. They adopted eco-friendly practices such as recycling, composting, and reducing waste. They started using renewable energy, installing solar panels on their rooftops and wind turbines along the coastline. They reduced their reliance on cars, opting for bicycles or public transportation instead. They began supporting local businesses that practiced ethical sourcing and production methods. The results were astonishing. In just a few short years, the town drastically reduced its carbon footprint. The air became cleaner, the water clearer. The local economy thrived, with ethical businesses flourishing and creating jobs. The community became more resilient, able to withstand the shocks of climate change. And perhaps most importantly, the residents felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. They had made a difference. They had contributed to building a more equitable, resilient, and environmentally sustainable world. This is not a fairy tale. This is a story of real change, driven by sustainability consciousness. It's a testament to the power of collective action and conscious decision-making. It's proof that when we understand the impact of our actions, we can change our behavior and create a better future. This case study shows that when we adopt sustainability consciousness, we can make a significant difference. If a small town can transform itself in such a profound way, imagine what we could achieve on a global scale. The potential is enormous. All it takes is awareness, action, and a commitment to the health of our planet. On the flip side, what happens when sustainability consciousness is ignored? Let's delve into a case study that paints a stark picture of the consequences of overlooking sustainability. Picture a bustling city, teeming with life and activity. But beneath the veneer of prosperity, there's a darker story unfolding. This city, once a beacon of progress, had overlooked the importance of sustainability consciousness. It was driven by a relentless pursuit of economic growth, with little regard for the environment. Industries were allowed to spew toxic pollutants into the air and water, while waste management was largely ignored. The city's forests were razed for urban expansion, and its waters were choked by plastic waste. As years passed, the city began to pay the price for its unsustainable practices. The air became so polluted that it was hazardous to breathe. Water sources were contaminated, leading to widespread health issues. The loss of green spaces led to a surge in temperatures, and the city was plagued by a series of heat waves. The once vibrant city was now a hotbed of environmental crises. The city's economy, too, was not spared. Tourism plummeted as the city's natural beauty faded. Businesses faced increasing costs to deal with the environmental fallout, and the city's residents, burdened by the deteriorating quality of life, started to move away. In a cruel twist of fate, the city that had once thrived on its disregard for sustainability was now struggling to survive. Its story serves as a grim reminder that economic growth at the expense of the environment is a short-sighted strategy. It shows us that the effects of ignoring sustainability consciousness are not just detrimental, but can be catastrophic. The city's tale is not an isolated one. There are countless other cities and communities across the globe that face similar consequences due to a lack of sustainability consciousness. It's a harsh reality that underscores the urgency of adopting sustainable practices. This example underscores the importance of sustainability consciousness in preventing environmental harm. And it serves as a wake-up call that ignoring sustainability is not just a threat to our environment, but to our very existence. Now that we understand the importance of sustainability consciousness, what can we do about it? Well, every journey begins with a single step. And the same is true for our collective journey towards a more sustainable world. It all starts with us, with our choices, our actions, and our willingness to make a difference. First and foremost, we can start by reducing waste. This involves not just recycling, but also reusing and repurposing what we already have. It's about saying no to single-use plastics, about composting our organic waste, and about finding creative ways to give a second life to items that would otherwise end up in a landfill. Secondly, we can choose to support ethical businesses that prioritize people and the planet over profits. These are businesses that treat their workers fairly, that source their materials responsibly, and that give back to their communities. By choosing to buy from these businesses, we're voting with our wallets for the kind of world we want to live in. And thirdly, we can make conscious choices that minimize environmental harm. This could mean choosing to bike or walk instead of driving, opting for plant-based meals a few times a week, or even just turning off the lights when we leave a room. These actions might seem small, but when multiplied by millions of people, they can have a huge impact. Sustainability consciousness isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about learning, growing, and doing better as we know better. It's about recognizing that our actions have consequences, and that we have the power to shape those consequences in a positive way. So let's start today, let's start now. Let's make sustainability more than just a buzzword, but a guiding principle in our lives. Let's embrace the challenge and the opportunity to build a better, more equitable, and more sustainable world. Remember, every step towards sustainability counts. It's time to make a conscious choice for a better, more sustainable future.